everybody, welcome. What's up? My name is Ice Bro.
I'm Pikachu24. How you doing?
And this is Nerdy Gamer. Sorry, he's lost his voice today. Very sad. Work can be that way sometimes. But we're going to stop working and get into playing cards, that is.
Yes.
We've got the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, Yugi's Legendary Decks #1. I got it from Amazon. The first package was stolen, so somebody got 3 legendary freaking decks.
Yeah.
For absolutely nothing. Don't steal people's playing cards, guys. It's rude. But
Totally.
this deck has a very beautiful front. It's got a great top. And it's got some pretty useful information on the back. As you can see, it's got Yugi's Gadget deck, his Battle City deck, and his Exodia deck from the first season. The 3 Egyptian God cards are in here, and a bunch of other good cards are in here. We're not going to spoil too much. I just want to open this on camera for you guys so you guys can see all of them one by one, what we've got in the deck. Each deck contains 41 cards, and then there's 3 extra cards, and then there's the 4 historical cards, including the Token of Yugi card, the Electromagnetic Turtle Renewal, and Black Illusion cards. There's 3 of them. So yeah, let's get into this. All right. Look at this. Look at this freaking deck, my dude. All right, so these are the important cards. Not that these aren't important, because they are, but these are the really important cards. I'm gonna actually hand off the box so I can reveal these cards to you guys.
I'm sorry.
Speechless?
I'm speechless. And
By the way, the Egyptian God cards are not playable. All right, I'm just gonna be real with you guys right now, because they don't have the full effects list on them. But I am going to buy the actual Egyptian God cards eventually in a separate thing, starting with Obelisk the Tormentor, one of the most known cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. Leave that immediately. Oh, and by the way, guys, before I actually sleeve any more cards, I want to show you guys these sleeves that I am using. These are from Konami. They have the original back on it, and I got these because they remind me of the original back. As you can see, the back right here, they look pretty similar. So it'll be like I'm playing with the nostalgic Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards whenever I do play with them, and I am going to play with these cards. Unlike most people who will probably just sit them and never use them, but I will. And then we've got the Winged Dragon of Ra. Again,
I've not seen that card in forever.
Again, it doesn't have the effects, so you can't play it, but I will get the one with the actual effects eventually. Next is the final Egyptian God card, which is the 3rd one, Slifer the Sky Dragon. And as you can see, they all look really freaking good. Alright, so these are the 3 special cards, I think, from Battle City. This is Set Sail for the Kingdom. I don't exactly know what it is. I think these are just memorable cards. They're
Wasn't that the invitation?
Yeah, these are the invitation cards. You trade these to get to the island. You can't go on the island without these cards. Duelist Kingdom. We've got Glory of the King's Hand. And now we're on to one of the most important cards in the entire thing, and this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Token card in all its glory with all of its reflectiveness.
Sorry.
We now have the Electromagnetic Turtle. These are all playable, by the way. The Dark Renewal Trap card.
That's awesome.
The reflectiveness is so cool, and I really enjoy that. Oh my gosh, this one's good. The Black Illusion.
Whoa, look at that.
The Trap card. And that's the final one from the special cards that you get with this. Now, after these, we're going to move on to the first Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck featured in the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh!, which is one of the things that made me buy this, because there's a specific card, I'm not going to tell you until I get to it, that I wanted to have. These are the cards that I have. Before we take a look at that, I want to take a look at all the cards on the table that we get for the special. So these are all of the... So we've got the 3 cards right here. We've got the area cards. All right, and these are all of the cards that you get as extra cards to start off. The 3 Egyptian God cards, the 3 area cards, 3 area cards, and then 1 token Yugi card, and then the 3 playable special cards. All right, these are everything you get before you get to the 41 each Yu-Gi-Oh deck. There's 3 of them. I'm excited. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the 3 decks, but the first deck is what we're gonna start with, because this is the one that I'm most excited for. The rest of them I don't really know much about, because I only really got to Battle City, and then after that I sort of didn't get to watch anymore as a kid, so the rest of it doesn't resonate with me as much. But this first deck is the one that's going to be the most important to me, so I want to start with that. Alright, so here is the first Yu-Gi-Oh deck right here, and already you can see the most important freaking card in the deck, Exodia, the Forbidden One, the headpiece. Alright, so here we go. I've got the deck in front of me. I was very scared of getting it out of those sleeves. But it's going to start with the Exodia cards, as you would. The Forbidden One's head of Exodia.
The one you see that card in a long time. Not having it right in front of me.
Alright, now we got the right leg of the Forbidden One, the left leg of the Forbidden One, the right arm of the Forbidden One, and the left arm of the Forbidden One. All of that together creates the all-powerful Exodia, which is 100% the way that Yugi beat Kaiba the first battle that he ever did against Kaiba.
Yes.
And then some kid grabbed his cards and just threw them in the water. And he lost them forever. But we're not going to lose them forever.
No, we're
going to
not.
put them in sleeves. Okay, so we're going to move on to the first card of the deck, which is Blackluster Soldier. There we go. You can take a good long look at that.
Wow.
Yep. And then we got the Blackluster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. Another very powerful card. Alright. We've got the so famous Dark Magician. I love the Dark Magician. Dark Magician.
He's been wanting that for a while. Long while.
A long while. I'm actually gonna try to keep it in order.
Yes.
Then we've got
My
Dark
favorite.
Magician Girl. One of the.
That's so me.
Oh, I love this
That's
card.
so me.
Then we've got Gaia the Fierce Knight. Next we got the Summon Skull. Literally one of the coolest cards I've ever seen, I swear. Then we've got the Curse of Dragon. After that, we come up with the Catapult Turtle.
I love that episode.
Then we've got Celtic Guardian, which I gotta say is one of my favorites since I'm part Irish. Then we've got Nerdy's favorite card, one of Nerdy's favorite cards. It is the Winged Dragon, Guardian of the Fortress. But most of the time they just call him the Winged Dragon. Another really big card right here, Feral Imp.
Imagine me.
I've seen this card a billion times. I love this card. Beaver Warrior. Next, We've got Griffor, which is another very famous card by Yugi. Then we've got the Mystic Elf, one of the best cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Mystic Elf.
Mystical.
Yes.
I love that card. I love that card.
Then we've got the Giant Soldier of Stone, one of the best defense cards in the entire game.
One of the episodes had it.
Next, we've got the Mammoth Graveyard. And we are at my favorite card, people. My favorite card in the entire deck. Karibo, the weakest card in all of Duel Monsters. Until you pair him up with a specific spell card that you'll know when I get to it.
Oh, yeah.
This is my favorite card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. I am so freaking blessed to hold this card in my hand right now.
He won't even stop talking about it. My favorite card that I used.
One of the best cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Still used today is Reborn the Monster.
Monster Reborn.
Oh yeah, sorry. Monster Reborn. The way too powerful, way too OP Swords of Revealing Light. One of the best spell cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh no, here we go. So, when Yu-Gi-Oh! First came out and I watched the season, and we saw all the things that Dark Magician could do, most of it was due to spell cards, and I needed to have these spell cards. So I'm glad I got this deck because now I have all the spell cards, and we've got the Mystic Box to kick it all off, to start with the spell cards that power up Dark Magician. Next, we've got the Brain Control, which is the power to control one face-up monster on the field. I don't really remember this card, but it's probably because we haven't seen it yet because we're rewatching the first season.
Yeah.
It's Monster Recovery. It's a spell card. It says target one monster you can control that is owned by you, and then shuffle into your hand. I actually don't know what that means, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it when we get to it in the show. This is another very powerful card right here. This is the one that he used to beat the five-headed Blue Eyes dragon, the ultimate Blue Eyes. Oh, there's three-headed Blue Eyes. You send this into the enemy and it starts to take the opponent's life from them. It's crazy. I love it. This you can add to the I can't remember which card he adds this to. Feral Imp. Okay, so this you can add to the Feral Imp. This is the Horn of the Unicorn, and it powers his. Oh, you can add it to any card, any monster card.
Oh, yeah, any.
Yeah, and then it'll add 700 attack to it. Most of the time, it's added to Feral Imp. So, all right, now we've got the Mystic Moon. When added to a lot of Beast Warrior types, it can gain 300 attack. And I know there's a Beast Warrior in here somewhere.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Alright, next we got another spell card. This is the Burning Land. One of the really big cards in Season 1. Alright, we have found my second favorite card. Because you know what this does? This is Karibo's Ace in the Hole. You think that Karibo is the weakest card until you pair it with this. You pair it with this, Karibo becomes an unstoppable defense that you cannot kill. And
Buzzballs everywhere.
He just infinitely multiplies. He just doesn't stop multiplying. And your defense just cannot be penetrated. You're just... Yo! Another Karibo awesome card called Detonate. This takes those infinite Karibos and turns them into explosives.
Boom.
So you think Karibo is bad? No, Karibo is the best card in the deck. I'm telling you.
You have it.
Okay, so now we have Makyu, the Magical Mist. One of the coolest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! That you can pair with Summon Skull. This will destroy... Wait. What? This destroys all the monsters on your opponent's team. Look at that. polymerization, we are onto the Blackluster Ritual.
Ooh.
This card is to use to summon the Blackluster Soldier, which we saw earlier. Yeah, insane. One of the most insane cards ever. All right, now this card is just so happens to be one of the most powerful cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is the Mirror Force card. And now we move on to the next equipment thing that you can use with the Dark Magician, which is Magician Hats. Another one of the best cards in the game because it takes the Dark Magician and hides him in one of these 4 hats. And then if you pick the wrong hat, you obviously don't get him. But if you pick a very wrong hat, then you destroy your own monster. So this is another trap card that you can use. It's called the Eye of Truth. When using this, your opponent's cards are now visible to you during the specific time this is activated. Okay, so this card is called Shift. The Shift card is a trap card that allows you to switch the damage that an opponent is doing to you to another monster on the field that is on your side. So if you, for instance, have your Dark Magician on the field and you don't want him to take the damage, you can send that to another monster. Obviously, it might ruin your life points, but it could keep your Dark Magician alive long enough for you to go out with a big bang. Okay, so this is the final card of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 1 41 card deck, and this is a fusion card from the polymerization of Curse of Dragon and Gaia the Dark Knight. When you fuse them together, it becomes this big card with the Dark Magician's status of attack points, and it is very strong. And honestly, kind of hard to kill. This is a 41 card deck, and it is amazing, and it has the best cards of all of Yu-Gi-Oh! In it. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Battle City deck. From this point out, I'm not really going to state all the effects of the cards, but I am going to name them all and go through them that way. Basically because I don't want to spend like a billion years trying to tell what every card does, and I don't know most of the cards from Battle City onward. I only really know the ones from the first season because that's my favorite season to watch, and I've rewatched that one enough times to know them. Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, but yeah, so we're gonna move on to Battle City. This deck has so many powerful cards, so I can't wait to see what they all are because I don't know what all of them are.
Me neither.
And what all of them do. So yeah, let's get into it. So first, we're gonna start off with the Valkyrion the Magna Warrior with an attack of 3,500. Oh, we've got a second Dark Magician, guys! A second Dark Magician one, and this one is the Arcana version art. Look at that beautiful Dark Magician to add. You're not taking it. This is mine.
Okay.
With the same attack points as Dark Magician, 2,500.
It's like another version, right?
Another Dark Magician girl. I've got
definitely
2 of them, and it's another art. It's another type of art style. Look at that.
Definitely taking that one too.
You're not taking it. I'll let you borrow it, but you're not taking it. A third duplicate card called the Swords of Revealing Light. We already know what these do, so I don't really have to explain it. Another Mirror Force card.
I think we can have another duplicates on this one.
Yes, because he does use a lot of the same cards. Yeah. Well, our first really, other than the warrior guy, this is our first real new one here. The Buster Blade.
I heard about that one.
Of 2,600. Another really big card here, the Archfiend of Gilfer. All right, so I remember this one. This one's really good. I like this one. This is Jack's Knight. It's a very, very, very good card. Next, we've got the Queen's Knight. A very big card. All of these are really big cards. Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh's deck is Yu-Gi-Oh's deck.
Yeah.
We've got another King's Knight card. Looks like Yu-Gi-Oh went royal the second or third season in. All right, so we got a fiend monster called Baphomet. I don't think I remember this one, but we're gonna see it soon, so I'll learn it when I see it. All right, so this one I do remember. This one's really big. This is Gazelle, the king of the mythical beasts. This is an attack point of 1500. It is so freaking cool, and honestly, I'm proud. I'm really proud I got it. I hope everybody remembers this card right here, Alpha, the magnetic warrior with 1400 attack points.
Magnet. No way.
Now, a lot of people had this one as a kid, and I remember having this one as a kid. I don't know if you had it, but I had it. It was in my binder, and I loved it. It was Beta the Magnet Warrior with a 1700 attack points. You got to remember, in today's standards, you can summon a level 4 or lower without doing anything. So this is really powerful to have 1700 attack points right off the rip. Next, we've got Gamma the Magnet Warrior. I actually don't remember this one too much, but it is a very memorable card because it's in Yu-Gi-Oh deck. Next, we have the Big Shield Guard. I remember him using this one to defend. As you can see, the defense is really high, being at 2600. And we've got a second of my favorite card in the entire world, Karibo, with the attack of 300 and defense of 200. We have another duplicate of Monster Reborn. Definitely gonna throw that into my deck. Now, I remember this card being played. I don't remember if anybody else remembers this, but I remember this being used against Shadow Realm duel. I don't remember which one, but Dark Magician Curtain, or Dark Magic Curtain. All right, next we got the 1000 Knives spell card. If you control Dark Magician, target one monster your opponent controls and destroy that target. So you can just kill any monster that's on the field if you have 1000 Knives, as long as you have Dark Magician on the field. And you know how Yu-Gi-Oh loves his Dark Magician. All right, so next we have the Magic Formula. Looks like a book.
Yeah, it is.
It probably helps Dark Magician out. I don't remember what it does, so it says equip only to Dark Magician, or Dark Magician Girl. Oh, they gain attack points. That's pretty cool. Now here's another Dark Magician equipped card, which you can use to a spellcaster, which is basically Dark Magician or any magician. Yeah, it's a magical dimension. I remember someone playing this card, but I don't remember what it does, and I'm not really gonna read all this. But you pay with 1000 LP, so I mean, kind of yikes in the original Yu-Gi-Oh! But if we're going by today's standards, it's pretty crazy. Diffusion Wave Motion. All right, so we have a card that Pikachu Warrior has in her Master Duel deck called the Double Spell. I don't know what it does, but it's awesome. All right, I don't remember what this one does or where he uses this one, but this is the Ectoplasma, and you can use it during the end phase. You tribute one face monster, and you inflict damage on your opponent for equal the attack of the tributed monster. So you can just destroy your monster and deal damage at the same time during the end phase. So you can double damage somebody in retrospect. So yeah, that's crazy. So here's another really crazy card called Soul Taker, and this card allows you to take your opponent's card, their monster, and destroy it, and then take the life force from it, giving you 1000 LP to strengthen yourself. That's nuts. All right, we have now moved on to the craziest card in the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! The most OP broken, the banned card called Pot of Greed. This card is banned by a lot.
You remember that card, right?
This card can be used to summon Exodia out of your deck. If you get like a ton of them and then a bunch of pieces of Exodia, you could just do Pot of Greed, Exodia, and just until you get Exodia, and it's kind of cheat, it's kind of hacks. All right, so this is called Card Destruction. This card allows each player to discard their entire hand when you play this card, and every card that they threw out, that number of cards they draw from the deck. So they get a fresh new set with the same number of cards that they threw out. All right, so this card is called Exchange. This lets both players reveal their hands and then choose a card from the other player's hand. That's nuts. All right, we got another duplicate of Monster Recovery. Yep, loving that. Loving duplicates. Another duplicate of Polymerization. Gotta love your Polymerization because it's one of the greatest spell cards ever. All right, so this one is called Defusion. It basically gets rid of a fusion monster on the field, and I don't really know exactly how that works, but I remember it being used against Merrick, I believe. I feel like every card is used against Merrick. Because Merrick's just such a bad guy, and yeah.
Oh, another one.
Oh, here we go. We got another second Karibo Multiply. I'm going to put all of these in one deck and just summon tons of Karibo and tons of Dark Magician. It's going to be the most unbeatable deck ever. It's going to be the most OP deck. Yeah.
I want little fuzzy creatures everywhere.
All right, so we got another duplicate, another one of Magical Hats. Oh, here we go. This one I was really excited for because this I have actually on Master Duel, and I know what it does. This takes the opponent's attack and reflects it back at them, basically like Mirror Force. And they take the exact damage that they were going to give to you. All right, so next we got the Spellbinding Circle, which is a crazy, crazy card. I went off on a tangent before this, just in case you guys didn't know, talking about the cool cards that are in this and how I'm going to definitely use them all. And you're not stealing this one. This one destroys any monster card either your opponent holds or is on the field, and you can pick the monster, which is just nuts. Alright, so the next one is called Light Force Sword, and this is a card that allows you to banish a random card from your opponent's hand. That is too OP, and honestly, kind of hacks. This one is Chain Destruction. It allows you to destroy cards, and I really don't know much more than that because I don't understand. But it's fine. It's still OP. One day we'll use it. Alright, next we got Soul Rope, which is a trap card that probably traps the soul of a monster. I'm not gonna really get into details on this one, but it's kind of nuts.
He's like, ah!
Alright, so right now we have the Tragedy. This card basically destroys all of your opponent's defense cards and then switches their attack to defense cards afterwards, which is that's just too much. Like, you do that to someone, they are screwed. You're gonna win. Next, we got a fusion monster. This is the final monster from this deck. It is a fusion of Gazelle the Mystical Beast King, Gazelle the King of the Mystical Beast, and Baphomet. You fuse those two together and you get this, it doubles their attack points. It's good for polymerization and honestly awesome, but I think you can use polymerization on any monster. Not as good as the first deck in my opinion because I'll always be a fan of the first season, but there's so many good cards that you can use in this deck that are basically OP and can destroy your opponent. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the king of duels for a reason.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, so now we are on to the final deck of Yugi's Legendary Decks, box number 1, and this card is called the Magician of Black Chaos. It is a monster card with an attack of 2800. Now we are on to the Dark Magician of Chaos, which is the Dark Magician that is powerful than all other Dark Magicians, being 2800 attack points. Alright, now we're on to the next card, which is Silent Magician level 8. I don't know what it does. It's another monster card, probably hard to summon because it's got a lot of stars, and its attack points is 3500. And the final holographic Dark Magician making its appearance in this deck as well because Yugi can't battle without the Dark Magician.
Nope. It's best friend for life.
And now we have a second Dark Sarcophagus. If you've seen our other videos, this one was in it from the gold deck. I now have two, the original and the gold deck version. I might give this one to Nerdy. Maybe. So next we got a monster called Gandora, the Dragon of Destruction with an, what the heck is his attack point 0 and defense 0? I don't know why it's like that. Probably has a good effect on him, but I don't know it. We got another Silent Magician, but this one's only level 4. Weak. Probably gets turned into level 8 from Fusion or something. We got another Silent Magician. There's a lot of Silent Magicians. Swordman level 7. Oh, Silent Swordman level 7. So there's probably a level 4 Swordsman as well. Maybe. 2800 attack points.
Maybe.
Oh, I was wrong. It's Silent Swordman level 5, which has an attack of 2300. These monsters are pretty good, but we've got an even weaker Silent Swordsman coming at level 3, only 1000 attack points, but you can summon it on one turn, so always good to summon a monster.
I'm still taking it.
And we've got another different version of art for the Dark Magician girl. This one has hearts on it, which makes it even better and more, you know, attractive.
I'm taking all 4.
You're not taking my card.
I don't care.
We've got a second copy of Buster Blade, which I honestly might give this one to Nerdy just because. All right, we got another good card called the Tricky. It is an attack of 2,000. And you have to probably destroy monsters or tribute to summon it, so We've got another copy of Jack's Knight, so we probably got the whole Jack's royal family again. And as continuing, we got the whole family of the royal people. We got the King's Knight as well, making another appearance. This is a duplicate. Yep. We've got Green Gadget, which is another monster card with an attack of 1,400. And his brother, Red Gadget, has an attack of 1,300. I did not know they were triplets. We've got a Yellow Gadget with an attack of 1,200. Man, they're just getting weaker and weaker. I guess you gotta summon a fusion or something. Alright, so now we got a different version of Dark Magician, but it's not Dark Magician, it's a different card entirely called Skilled Dark Magician. He's got an attack of 1,900. And now we have a really big card from the final season called Skilled White Magician. Again, a normal summonable card with 1,700 attack points. Really good to have in your deck because you can summon it and it has 1,700. Alright, so here's one I've never seen before. This is called Blockman. It is one that you contribute to summon a ton of different blocks or something. I don't know, but... Okay, so we've got another card here called Marshmallow, and it is a weak card, but it probably has a really strong effect on it. I don't really know that much about it, so we'll find out about it. And we've got another freaking Karibo! Yes! My favorite card in the entire franchise, making a third appearance, so it's in all 3 freaking decks. Good to know that Yugi has my sense of style for Karibo.
It's just a fuzzball.
It's a beautiful fuzzball.
Okay.
And another duplicate of Reborn the Monster, because you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without Reborn the Monster, apparently.
Monster.
And we got another Swords of Revealing Light, making it the 3rd Swords of Revealing Light that we've shown today. 3 is a charm with these swords. 3 men, 3 cuts. Small memento of Alright, so this is called Card Sanctity. It helps you banish all your cards and then draw until you have 2 cards into your hand. And a 3rd Polymerization card. Polymerization making another appearance in here, meaning that we gotta summon special monsters. Lots of them. Another super powerful card for Dark Magician being Dark Magician Attack or Dark Magic Attack. If you control Dark Magician, it destroys all spell and trap cards on your opponent's side. So your opponent doesn't have any trap cards, making Dark Magician unstoppable. Alright, so we got Magicians Unite, meaning that if someone attacks your Magician's card while this is active, both magicians join together and the attack becomes 3,000, meaning no damage is probably going to be done to them because your opponent has to have a monster of over 3,000 damage. Over 9,000! So do you remember the Dark Magician of Chaos? Well, this card helps you summon it by destroying one of your Dark Magician. My poor guy is going to die for the summoning of Dark Magician of Chaos. Big sad. But this is called Dedication Through Light and Darkness. Alright, here's another summoning card for the Magician of Black Chaos called Black Magician Ritual. I don't know what this spell card does, but I do remember seeing it at some point on the TV when I was a little kid. This was Tricky Spell number 4. Alright, so this card adds Buster Blader from the graveyard to your hand if he's in the graveyard. It's called Emblem of Dragon Destroyer. Alright, so this card makes Marshmallow actually useful because if someone targets him on the Marshmallow glasses, they only can hit Marshmallow with every monster, meaning all your other monsters are safe through that turn. Alright, we got another 3rd and final duplicate of Mirror Force in here, because you gotta have Mirror Force in Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently. So here we have another Dark Magician Equip card, which is called Magician's Circle. It's another thing you can add to Dark Magician. I don't really know what it does, but we'll see what it does when I get to that season. Alright, so we got the Shattered Axe Trap card. Don't really know what it does, but I remember seeing it at some point on the television. So probably good. Alright, so you remember those 3 colored gears? Well, You remember Howl's Moving Castle, the movie? It's basically that. They come together and they form the stronghold of Moving Fortress, which is a really crazy, strong monster, which I probably think is going to be the next thing that's in here. Alright, so you remember Buster Blader and the Dark Magician? Well, if either of them is sent to the graveyard, you can then summon them back with this card called Miracle Restoring, bringing them back to life. Sort of like Reborn the Monster, only weaker. And the final, most strong version of the Dark Magician, called the Dark Paladin, being 2,900 attack points, meaning you're going to have to tribute something. You're going to have to tribute Dark Magician and Buster Blader to summon this card. It's a fusion effect, and it's crazy, which is just nuts, because this card is probably one of the strongest in Yu-Gi-Oh's deck, and probably how he beats a lot of people. Alright everybody, so that was the Yugi's Legendary Deck 1 collection, with all 3 decks, the Yu-Gi-Oh token cards, the Egyptian God cards, and yeah, that was it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed looking through these because this is my childhood right here. If anybody remembers,
our childhood.
We all remember Yu-Gi-Oh from our childhood. And I honestly wish I had all of Kaiba's decks and all of Joey's and Maximilian's, but we can only move one step at a time. So right now we're with Yugi, and I am going to eventually get the real playable versions of the Egyptian God decks, the card decks. And when I get those, I'll have all of the cards from this set technically to be played with, and that's going to be awesome. As you can see, our boy Yugi is glowing with excitement for this pack. You should definitely purchase. Be wary though, if you purchase it from Amazon like I did, it could get stolen by somebody if you have it set to door delivery. So put it in a mailbox or something, or have it set to go to a post office or something, because this is worth the buying. You do not want to lose this. This is the best. Alright, that was the Yu-Gi-Oh vid. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. You can also subscribe to our channel for more content like this. If you want, you can leave a comment on what you liked about this video, and you can tell us what we should do in the future for card content, video content, skit content. It's all awesomeness, and remember, nothing is better than gaming. You want to say it with me? Nothing is better than gaming.